Another Tuesday, another Dear AJ. Shh, we have to be very quiet, guys. Quiet. Because it's 1 a.m. in the a.m. That's right, in the morning. Yes, I'm recording this right now because that's the only time I have. I don't know, it's weird, but it's true. So we're doing this, it's happening. So I have to be, very quiet. Okay, so now, let's go to the questions, right? Because it's too late and I want to go to sleep. So, so let's go to this thing. First, we have Little Vegan Artist with the question, Dear AJ, would you rather slap a family member for $100,000, I hope, or slap Tobias Lennart for free? Oh man, this is a great question. These are the types of questions that I love. This is really difficult because on the one hand, I do really want to slap Tobias Lennart and I would totally do it for free, just for the pleasure of it. That would be freaking amazing. It would feel great. I would give him like the Will Smith slap, like keep veganism out your effing mouth, you utilitarian numquat, but I don't know. But even though that would feel great, remember that would only be a moment. The pain, would go away. For him, it would only be a small discomfort at worst. And then I'm still poor, and I don't have $100,000. On the other hand, if I slap a family member, who, let's face it, chances are they're going to be just as numquatic as Tobias. The only difference is he's famous and they're not, but they're just as dumb and ridiculous when it comes to the animals. So, why not? I just slap a family member, and I get $100,000. So that's awesome. And then with the 100,000, I could pay someone to slap Tobias Lennart. So there you go. It all works out. Oh man. Okay. So now let's go to question número 2. Alright, so we have Martin Kevin. Yeah, the awesome Martin Kevin. Freaking love you, dude. Okay, so we have him. He's asking, Dear AJ, why are you so awesome? Huh? Thank you, my guy. Thank you for noticing. No, not at all. I'm just a regular guy, just like anyone else. By the way, that's a compliment. Seriously though, when are you going to do your next live stream? Yes, the answer is I don't know. I don't have an answer because, as it turns out, my phone, which is my primary source of recording and live streaming, the battery just quit. So now it's it drains itself like too quickly. It takes forever to charge, and I think doing so many live streams kind of fried the freaking thing. And also because of the software updates, I think they're also taking a toll on the phone. So whenever I get a gear upgrade, that's when it'll happen. That's when you'll see me doing more live streams and other more creative stuff. But right now we're doing this really low-key thing with videos of like a 4 or 5 minute thing, video and Dear AJ, in Dear AJ format, which you love anyway. Who doesn't love Dear AJ? That's why I'm Dear AJ, yeah? Alright, so let's go to the third and final question of the day, because it's late again. So, we have one from the Bro Luke. So let's go, Bro Luke. Dear AJ, what is your favorite video game and why is it Oddworld Apes Odyssey? You know what? It's not. You must have me confused with that other guy, the guy who does the DoorDash and bicycle videos and stuff like that. He plays that game, he likes that, and it's one of his favorite games. It's not really mine. It's not an experience that I ever had. I never played them when I was a kid or as an adult. They're cute enough, but they don't do anything for me, personally. Now, do I have a favorite game? I don't know. It's too complicated. I don't think I have one favorite game. I have many. But there is one game that changed everything for me, and that would be The original Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1 back in 1996 when it came out. I was just 13 years old. I was back home like playing Sega Genesis, like playing Beavis and Butthead and Sonic the Hedgehog. Great game, Sonic. Not so much the Beavis and Butthead game, but it was fun enough. But Sega Genesis, from Sega to PlayStation, that was a big, big leap. And when I saw this Resident Evil game, like, it forever changed my perception of what a game could be. And man, I wish I could talk for hours about Resident Evil. I've been meaning to make a video about it, but it would take too long. It would be such a long video. I can't make it right now, so that's why I haven't done it. But man, I have a lot to say about it. It really changed everything for me at such a young age, had such an impact, and I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was this thing that you had to be there to experience it when it happened. It was the perfect combination of the right age at the right moment in time, 1996, that era in general, and I was in this English learning camp in West Palm Beach, Florida, and with a bunch of friends. Well, not friends, people that were there also. And I met them there. And my cousin, and he had the PlayStation, and he had many games like FIFA 96, which also blew me away, and other games like Twisted Metal, Time Commando, and others. But Resident Evil, man, that was absolutely mind-blowing. Like, you see this game, and then you're like shooting at zombies and blood spurting out, and it was freaking awesome. Like, I had never seen a game like that. And a game where the characters have conversations about what's happening in the game, and they're strategizing and stuff. And I know many people have made a meme out of their conversations and their dialogue being too corny or too ridiculous or whatever. Well, we have to put it in context. This was the 90s in Japan, written by Japanese people and spoken by non-Japanese people who were told to just read from a script. They had no context as to what they were saying or anything, so what do you expect? But I think it adds to the charm of the game. And back then I didn't know much English, so to me it all sounded freaking great. And we weren't really thinking, oh, the dialogues are corny. We were blown away that these guys were actually talking, not just some text on the screen, but their actual sounds coming out of their polygon pixelated mouths. Okay, I think I've gone way too long on the Resident Evil thing, but man, Resident Evil, man, it's just, it's Resident Evil. What can I say? My favorite version, by the way, of Resident Evil is the director's cut. Not to be confused with Director's Cut DualShock Edition with the horrible soundtrack. No, I mean the original the original Director's Cut non-DualShock Edition with the correct soundtrack. That one is my favorite. All right, people. I don't know. I think I overdid this. It's it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. A.m. in the morning, right? A.m. means morning. I don't know. What does A.M. mean? It's the kind of thing that you ask yourself at 1 a.m. So, okay, people. So long, farewell.